We're back. Saquon Jones, last segment.
I always hate when the last segment is, like I say so much crazy stuff on Facebook and on my other show.
That's why you wouldn't run for office no more. You say too much crazy stuff.
No. I'll run for office again. Sometimes people have to understand that, when you're trying to, develop a persona so that you can, be self-sufficient financially.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be like everybody else. But then, this show gives me a chance to allow the people to look at the side
other
that
side.
the other side.
The other side. Not that stuff you say on
Not the
Facebook.
stuff that you did that I get a thousand women
Angry.
Yeah,
just
just
like, you do it very well.
well, I try my best. But this is this is my thing right here, politics. This is what I love, and it gives me a chance to sort of take the tie off and get loose and speak about something that I'm really passionate about.
Big Rob won city council.
Yeah, I always talk to Rob, and I always say to him that I beat him, and if I would have ran, I would have beat him again. That's not where I don't want to make that about me, but it's just a joke that I have with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And I congratulate him. Kirsten Foy ran a dirty race by all stretches of the imagination, and the fact that he was a man of the cloth and accepted those sort of donations from Jobs for New York City, and those horrible ads that he did on Waterman and Tillard.
Yes.
They were vicious. So I'm actually almost kind of glad that I didn't get it. I don't know. I don't really have too many skeletons, but I'm pretty sure they.
What they know about your skeletons?
I don't know what kind of skeletons they had on me, but the way Kristen did it, that was treacherous. But Rob deserved it.
He worked hard.
He worked hard. 4 years.
Rob was everywhere.
And if he would have lost, it would have been a travesty.
Yes.
It would have been absolute travesty
Rob
because he would have lost because of those attack ads.
Yes.
And when you look at it from that standpoint, is the fact that Rob worked hard for 4 years, and basically in like 3 months, those ads almost derailed his campaign. And you also bring in the fact that when you have that sort of pressure, these other politicians, what are they supposed to do if they can get big money to finance their opponents? And if they don't do whatever their PAC say, then these attack ads are going to do what almost happened to Rob.
Yes.
So it's a very slippery slope for these people, these politicians, and it's tough when you have that much money being thrown at you and then saying all this crazy stuff, and you have no choice but to take it.
We walked together, Derek, Big Rob, his wife, to Hakeem Jeffries, State of the District.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, I don't even know if he's ready. What's going on now? Everybody's stopping him. It's unreal. He's like a celebrity. You're 6'9", you 6'10", you can't be missed. But he couldn't talk to his family and his wife if he wanted to. Everybody's stopping. If they were having a conversation, older people, young people, everybody's stopping him and talking.
Yeah, I mean, Rob is a personable guy. This is not a situation where, he's putting on a face for the masses. When I ran for office, Rob and I were friends, and, he was the only one who I would not ever, sort of go at politically. And that's because he absolutely is a good person. So yeah. I can absolutely see why people would stop him, because he's just a guy. He's a good guy. And
they're stopping him like he's a rock star. Rob can't walk no place. I mean, Hakeem
was
walking.
Like you heard it.
No.
You hated a little.
No, that's my fault. Hakeem was walking
in.
Of course not. You don't even believe that. But we congratulate him. Mm-hmm. We know he's going to do an excellent job for the district.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Hakeem, I was looking for him in the State of the Union dress to at least be, on the aisle. Yeah, visible. And Rob is a bright spot in New York politics when you got Grimm, you got Hakeem, you got Van Clark, you have John Sampson, you have William Boylan, you have Malcolm Smith, you have just a disgusting
Grimm
cesspool.
throw you up the back balcony, brother.
And he's not a thug.
He's the FBI agent.
Yeah, exactly. When you have this sort of scandalous, behavior that is just littered with New York State politics, and you add on
the papers is killing Mr. Boylan.
Well, he was nervous about going to jail, and I know Will. I mean, William is a He's a personable guy. I think that maybe when you grow up in a certain lifestyle, you can become sort of arrogant to feeling like you're above the law. I don't gather that he would do it maliciously.
The second time, I believe the feds backed him in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But you are not supposed to let that happen a second time.
Right after you just get off, they gave him the John Gotti treatment. They was coming at him relentless to the point that, how you gonna pay your lawyer fees?
Yeah. Well, they didn't come at him that way. They said that they sent in an operative to get in, then they turned the staff against him.
Right after you just beat, they would have left you alone.
He was gone. He was done.
If you would beat the first trial. Well, if you didn't beat the first trial.
Listen, and
right after
you
beat that first one, they came after you relentlessly.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen if he gets convicted. He had a plea deal, and he decided to not take the plea deal and take his chances on going to trial.
Ray Nagin, huh? You want to act like Ray?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's going to... Ray Nagin actually got some...
I think he, out of about 18 counts, he was 17.
But he's still being brought up charges. They had some charges maybe about 2-3 days ago that he was taking more bribes. So it never stops. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not doing anything that their predecessors haven't done or their upstate or well-off counterparts haven't been doing. It's just that, when you get sloppy at it, then that's when it comes into play. But it's just a nasty cesspool in New York State politics right now. Yeah. I mean, the only bright spot right now is basically Cuomo and hopefully de Blasio.
Yeah.
And hopefully Rob will maintain. I mean, we have Tish James, who became the first African American female to become public advocate.
Held a citywide position.
Yeah, I mean, she beat Daniel Squadron.
Good race.
Good race. It's supposed to get ugly when there's only 2 people left in the race. It's got to get a little ugly. You got to differentiate yourself. I mean, Daniel is a great, a great campaigner. He's worked with Chuck Schumer, and he has a lot of ties. So for Trish to beat him was a tremendous victory.
Okay. Now guess what? Mm-hmm. Now it's all over again. We got Congress race, state Senate, Assembly.
I mean. Boy, there's no races in this. He's gonna talk to Kareem Kamara, and he's gonna lose his race. Yvette Clark's gonna lose her race. But when you look at the numbers, they had an article in New York Daily News on how basically poor New York State politicians are.
Hakeem Jeffries and Yvette Clark was broke, and everybody else is millionaires. Yeah, the whole New York delegation was broke.
Well, the African American delegations, because you had Floyd Flake.
Yes.
He was in debt. So it just tells you what we're dealing with in terms of they not even know the game. They haven't figured out a way. I'm not saying Hakeem because you just got there, but they haven't figured out a way to get to that thing, because you can't say, if you could go into politics and become as powerful as you can in Congress and come out worse than what you did coming in.
Yes, but here's the difference. Here's the difference for New York. New York, they just write off as a Democratic state. We're not going to give you anything. We're not going to lobby for you to do anything.
No, but there's ways to do it. I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself. If I was to ever, I mean, I will run for office again. But there are ways where they can definitely, do better for
Malcolm
themselves.
Smith, will he be in office again?
Clyde Vanell is actually running against Malcolm Smith. He's a frat brother of mine. He lives in Queens, and Malcolm Smith is. And I've spoken to Clyde, and I said, I wish him well in the race, and I'll donate to his campaign like I've donated to all his other campaigns. And the fact is that if William Boylan can get reelected.
I think Lamont Carolina is running against him, young brother.
Yeah, he's here. I didn't say Lamont because that's not who I want to win. So
okay,
I mean, I'm glad you brought him up. I guess
William Boylan, I'm talking about.
Oh, and okay, I thought you were talking about.
No,
there's another
Carolina,
person running in against Malcolm Smith. But I'm just saying, I don't want to, because I know we're pressed for time. The fact that William Boylan got reelected in his district when he was going through his first trial by basically a landslide, when he beat, I think, Tony Herbert and I think some other person, just tells you all you need to know is that it's very difficult to unseat an incumbent.
Okay, well, John Sampson, he's a friend of mine. I send him text messages periodically. Keep his
He's in trouble too, yeah.
He's in trouble, but he's going to run again.
Well, I mean, until you're in trouble, you're not in trouble.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
we're gonna close this segment out. It's over for today. We'll be back. On the Spot is out of here. Good night.